Yeah, I made a thing. It's cheap as chips. It's a file folder organizer. Hey, welcome to Casablanca Cargo. This is Kathy, and today I'm back in my chip box. And I'm going to make a much needed file folder organizer using what I have. So I took another chip box, but you can do this with just, thicker cardboard. That piece that I'm adding to this box is a thicker chip box. They not one size fits all. And the measurements are whatever the size of that other chip box was. I know it's not precise, so if you're looking for precise, I don't think you'll find it here. I'm using the chompy scissors, and then I realized that on the thinner cardboard I don't need to. Those scissors hurt my hand to cut through the cardboard. I don't know. It was kind of difficult, so at some point I had to have my husband cut through the thicker cardboard because it was just too much. But I apologize for a lot of it not being on the screen. My desk is small, the box is large, and I struggled. I struggled to get it under the camera. So anyway, for whatever purposes you need a box, you can use, oh hey, if you're on TV watching this, you can also subscribe. And if you're not on TV, you can still subscribe. I appreciate it, thanks. So, the box, back to the box. It's a really good base shape, but it's not sturdy. It's kind of flimsy, so that's why the second cardboard. And that is why, there we go, get that up, cut it, get it. Yeah, so that's why I decided the size of the side was the other box. One of the sides was that high, depth, height, width. And that's why we're doing that. And you can see it was real flimsy here. Okay. Okay, so I was watching someone who was making a ephemera box, and they were so precise. It was awesome. I mean, it was, rulers and cutting devices came out and all that, but they didn't know how to finish off the corners. That was sort of, I don't know. We all struggle. We all have things. But one of the things that I have learned in the making of these type of ephemera boxes is I use black paper on the corners, just regular black cardstock, and this is a 1.5 inch wide and 12 inches long cardstock, and I'm gonna put 4 strips in each corner, and to cover it up. Now, I have in the past used paint, and I really don't recommend paint because it can kind of, when it dries, it can crackle or, pull away or chip off or whatever. But the black cardstock for me works the best. I don't know, maybe you could even use a black Sharpie. I'm not sure. I just like to use the paper because I'm using paper to cover the sides. At this point now, I'm going to use double-sided tape, and the only size I have is this thin, narrow double-sided tape, which works pretty good for this portion. It helps because the outside of the box is so shiny that it won't stick. It will slide around with wet glue, and I really don't want that to be the case. And I also didn't want to have to clamp anything overnight to get it to dry and stay in place. So at this point, I'm just going to go with some double-sided tape, and then I'm going to go with a little bit of wet glue to hold it in the middle area. Now this piece of strip of black cardstock is not long enough to go all the way down to the bottom on the inside, and so you can just add more cardstock if you want to. And eventually I did end up adding more down at the bottom because I thought I would need it, and I ended up not needing it, but it was better to have it than get, mostly done with everything and then, not have it covered down there. But you can see it's about 2 or 3 inches too short. And that's just easily remedied with, just cutting more paper. So I've got one done. I'm going to go and do the other 3, and boom, there they are. There it is now. So, yeah, you're just building the coverings from the ground floor up. So it does take time. And, like I said, I didn't do any measurements, so you make it whatever height you want it to be. Whatever height for whatever you're needing a box, a bin, if you want to call it. I don't know, something to put your ephemera in. And I really enjoy making decorative boxes now. I started last year for some things that I needed, and I just sort of kept going now. And it's nice because then you have something that is ideal for whatever you need to organize. So here we are on the sides. I cut the width of it a little bit shorter so you could see some of that black on the edges. I have some other decorative boxes on my channel that I've done, so you can they're all different now at this point. They've all come out slightly similar, but somewhat different. And this time the edges will show a little bit. There I am cutting the thicker cardboard with the thicker scissors, and I don't know. I think I'm out of practice. But you could also cut the cardboard with an X-Acto knife and, a metal ruler. So this is the wallpaper that I got in a book at the Salvation Army for $3. And I was like, okay, hurry, get to the car. Are you serious? Okay, let's run. And I just love the floral in this. I think it's probably from the 80s, And here I am with the double-sided tape, on the shiny side of the chip box. If I had wider tape, it would have been really good too, but I just, like I said, I just use what I have. And I wanted to get on the edges there so that everything will be covered and stuck down. And on this one as well, I'm adding the tacky glue, the Aleene's tacky glue. Just just as an extra precaution. And I will spread this out. You can use a brush. I'm using my finger here to just sort of smooth it out so that it won't ripple underneath the wallpaper and not have, lumps or crinkles or whatever. Now here I am trying to decide where to set the piece of cardboard. I want to take the top of the wallpaper and take it around the top edge of the box to cover it. That way I've covered the edge of the top of the box before with more black cardstock, but this time I have a different idea of what I'm gonna do with decorating the box. So this time I set the cardboard wall, I guess, for, if that's a good way to describe it. I set it down a little bit so that I can turn that top edge over and put it on the inside of the box over the top of the edge. And so to adhere this down, I've got the tacky glue, and I'm just making little creases there. And then I'm using masking tape because I felt like that would be a good addition, so that it gives the surface a little bit better area to glue, because the wallpaper has got some sort of wallpaper coating. So even just gluing that, and also I didn't want to run out of that tiny double-sided tape. But yeah, so here I am just giving it a crease, and you see there how it fits over the top then. And then it's going to fit over the bottom. Okay, so this part then is back with the very narrow double-sided tape. Okay, and here we go, lining it up, which again, the box is high, and it's hard to see around the edge, and so I'm just gonna wing it here. Probably, if you can't see it, as I can't see it, I probably should have stood up, but you know, we continue. we just go along with what we're doing. And so I'm pressing down and getting that smoothed out, and then at the bottom there's no glue underneath. I could have glued it. I figured I probably didn't need it. So at this point I'm just gonna use masking tape and tape that down, and then for the bottom of the box I did use some packing tape to cover that split there, but I don't believe I filmed that when I was doing that. So anyway, here's the side of the box, and then I'm going to do this again on the other 3 sides. And but that is the gist of it. And this is all I did for the first day. I'm still recovering from being sick all January. I still have a cough, and so I just put some books inside and laid it down and let it dry. And here we are, coming back in now. This was days later, before I could get back to it. But I've got all the surfaces covered. There's the blue side, and I use the thicker cardboard on the outside on the long edges. I've got the bottom, and it's a thicker piece of cardboard to reinforce the bottom. I've got on the inside I used, well, on the outside, this is some of the border paper. And then I made handles. And so, and also on the inside, there's another piece of wrapped cardboard. So it's very sturdy, very well, glued in and wrapped and all that. Now these handles are from a piece of shower curtain that my sister-in-law sent me, and that box of fabric that she sent me. This was the top of the shower curtain with the rings, and so the raw edges I just used bias tape, and I hot glued it. So now I have little handles, which makes it easier to lift that box, and my file folders now can fit in either top side, landscape, or portrait. On the inside I did use the thicker pieces of cardboard, and I think, looking at it now, it just, the file folders just fit in there. So I think next time I would just do the thinner cardboard on the outside, but I was afraid that the handles would, they needed to pull in more on the inside, if that makes sense, instead of bowing out. So that's why I did it. Here's a piece of beautiful scrapbook paper. There's a little new gadget I got, the Tim Holtz Distress Edger thingy, razor. And my daughter gave me that pack of dragonfly moth and stuff stickers. And then this paper I got from scrapbook.com. I just added it to my order when I was ordering some paint. Had no idea how beautiful it was, but I love dragonflies, so I ordered it, and now I wish I had gotten more. Just sort of threw it into the cart. But I have one piece, so, I'm going to go with what I have. And normally in my life, I would have just saved that piece of beautiful paper forever, but I am trying to do better. I am trying to use what I get soon after I get it. So I'm going to use this to decorate the box for this, I'm using clear tacky glue, and really looking back on it now, I should have used the double-sided tape. Oh, and also I want to say, I forgot, when I was making the walls for the sides of the boxes, the sides of the box, I ended up hot gluing most of those down just for just to get it done at that point. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get a project finished. So the hot glue worked pretty good. Again, probably extra adhesive would have been better, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. Now, I do really love this wallpaper, and I didn't want to cover the whole thing up. So now I'm just trying to figure out where to place this piece of decorative paper so that I can still see the pretty wallpaper flowers behind it. There's another piece of dragonfly off that page, and I really like how the dark paper looks against the floral. I think it came out really nice. I think it was a good choice. These look like little, well, they do, they're designed to look like postage stamps. Okay, on the sides now, I've got the smaller pieces, and I'm going to use some of this orange. One says Taurus and the other one says, the other says May, which is my birth month. And I was just like, how do they know that the Taurus would like dragonflies? That's just weird. I don't know. Anyway, I do love dragonflies, and I don't know. That's just something. Would they do a survey? I don't know. I did feel like there was too much of orange going on, so that it wouldn't stand out like I wanted it to. So I just went in with a Sharpie and outlined it. And there's a little dragonfly on the edge there with the round sun. And now I'm going to use another black card with a sentiment on it. Good things come from gratitude. This isn't, on this side is another piece of border paper. And this is the other postage stamp. Okay, this circle says Taurus, and I'm just gonna place that on this longer side. And again, you know, it's a lot of orange. I don't know. I didn't I didn't do that on purpose. It just sort of came out that way, but that's okay. I think it works with the wallpaper. And here's the final look. Now this is a very lightly decorated. I didn't want to cover up the floral too much. I think that the black cards really really add to the look of the, you know, with the floral. I just thought it came out good. And now here I'm gonna show you putting in my file folders. These all have ephemera that I use in my collages, in my journal, and in my index card projects, and anything else that I'm working on. So it's I think it came out really good. I'm happy with it. And you know, until next time, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.